We're going to take a look back at the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow last year. And we only go back there briefly because the impressive medal haul by South Africa was kick-started by Richard Murray when he won bronze in the men's triathlon behind England's Brownlee brothers. What followed was a team silver for the triathlon team, also spearheaded by Murray. Murray is currently ranked 6th on the World Triathlon Series standings and has 3 world titles on his bucket list and an Olympic gold medal in Rio. Now he joins us in studio to chat more about his career and how he plans on getting there. Welcome to Morning Live, Richard.
Great, it's wonderful to be here. It's good to be back in the SABC studios.
Okay, so I mean, you've got some very lofty goals and ones that are quite attainable, but how has this year been going so far and how far are we away from actually qualifying for the Olympic Games and to making that dream of getting an Olympic gold medal a reality?
Well, we're definitely on the right route. I spent a lot of time in Europe doing a focused swimming block, which was one of my biggest focuses to improve my swimming leg of the triathlon. And it's definitely been, I've been moving forwards, less racing and things this season. And recently came back to South Africa after a big stint of training and managed to have a good showing in front of home family and them in Cape Town in the Vienna waterfront.
Let's speak a little bit about that race because you raced your heart out and just missed the podium for 4th.
It was, I think the excitement got a little bit the better of me in the race. I went out there, I gave everything I had, and I think I got a little bit overexcited on the run leg. And I think when it came down to the nitty gritty, the last kilometre, I managed to drop the ball in a sense. But it was definitely still an amazing event and something to be part of.
I mean, how do you? Because you've had a long, actually sporting career starting from when you were a world duathlon champion. I mean, so you've experienced a lot of highs and lows in your career and actually making it your profession. How do you get over those disappointments as a professional sportsman?
I think the thing is obviously learning from your mistakes and knowing how to implement them moving forwards has been the big one. Trial and error, I think, has been the way of a lot of people progressing in a sport professionally. And it's definitely, I've been doing about 14 years. We just said last night I've been racing seriously since I was, tender age in high school. And there's definitely, a lot of things that I've learned coming through. And I think that experience is, starting to show as Rio rolls along.
So what's it going to take now to actually qualify for the Olympic Games? I saw just the other day SASCOC released actually how they would select and their selection criteria for Team South Africa. So what do you actually have to do?
We need to be ranked within the top 40 of the Olympic ranking. So during the World Triathlon Series events, we accumulate points. And from there, then we qualify for Rio. But I'm currently, as you said, ranked sixth in the world. So my qualification should be, I wouldn't say set in stone, but it's, definitely I still need to perform and I need to show that I can be up with the best. And, the thing is as well in Cape Town, when we were racing, I was against the 2 Olympic medalists while I was running. So, it goes to show I can run at their level and I can also perform there. So, for me, that was a good positive to show that I can actually be there.
You say that you've been racing, since you were a teen in high school. I mean, how do you maintain that passion? Because now sport is something very different to what it used to be when you were a youngster. Now it's actually your profession and everything rides on how you race.
It's the funny thing is a lot of people think I don't take it as seriously as I should. It's a passion both as it's a profession and a passion, which is it's very fortunate for me. And I think in any profession you need to love what you're doing, otherwise you're not going to be at your best. So it's definitely for me I've loved to do it, and my father did it, and his father did it too. So it's in the family line, and it's going out there every day, just exercising for me is part of it, and racing and doing well and representing South Africa. That's all a bonus.
Your family must joke with you though, your grandfather and your father, to say we could never actually make money from it, and now you're sitting in a very privileged position to be able to make a career actually out of triathlon. Are you quite surprised at the popularity and how triathlon continues to grow, the popularity of the sport?
I think it's quite an interesting one because I think only 2 years ago they said they were trying to hold a World Triathlon Series event in Cape Town. And the event's growing each year on year, and it's definitely becoming, I wouldn't say more the golf aspect of the commercial world, but a lot of corporates and a lot of companies are getting involved there, and the sport is becoming promoted and it's getting more popular in South Africa. In Europe, it's very prominent, it's very big. So I moved across there when I was young to gain that experience, and it's starting to become more of a, I wouldn't say mainstream sport, but it's moving in that direction, and I'm very happy that I'm in the right era to actually move forward with that.
I'm sure when lots of people come across you and they know exactly who you are, they ask you for some advice, because there are so many leisure athletes that train for the half Ironman or the full Ironman, something that we also have a privilege of hosting here in South Africa. Those are not quite the Olympic distances that you're doing, but I'm sure they always ask you because it's an event that incorporates running, cycling and swimming.
Yes, it was only last night. I actually went out with a few South African age group athletes here just in Melrose Arch, and I managed to give them some advice, and they asked me all questions about training and how things work and how the international circuits work and things, and it was great to see their perspective and their side of it. But it's definitely, that's the masses Ironman, and the longer distance triathlon is more popular in South Africa. But it's definitely, the youth and the professional side of it is still ITU, and obviously qualifying for the Olympics then.
How many ITU events have you still got this year?
I think there's 5. I take each race at a time. Sometimes it's quite difficult. We change events as it goes on, but there's 5 more events. I'll go from here to London at the end of this month, and I'll race there, and then we'll be based within Europe for the summer season.
All right, so in 2012 you had 2 podium finishes, so we hope that this year there's going to be a couple more. Thank you so much for coming into studio, and all the best. No, great. Thank you very much. It's good to be here again, and great to chat. All right, thank you very much. That's Richard Murray, South Africa's top triathlete. Okay, now we're running a competition here on Morning